welcome back to another episode of the Inside Makeup Podcast, where we talk about makeup, beauty, fashion, wellness, basically everything at this point. My next guest is someone who's not just able to heal your trauma or give you glowing skin, but he'll probably read your soul in under 5 minutes. Trust me, I've been there. He's the man behind the clinic that treats everything from stress to skin to I've had enough of life syndrome. Guys, it's Sukh from Bodisync.
Thank you. Thank you for that intro.
Oh my God, I've been wanting to get you on here for such a long time because everyone's seen you on my Instagram. Actually, everyone's seen you all over Instagram, but I think people are still a bit confused as to what exactly you do.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to start off with your story.
Sure.
Just in a nutshell, just so people can understand why you do what you do.
Sure. Probably most people have probably heard my story anyway, but my story began, I graduated and studied in biology. My interest has always sort of been there. But then life took me into a different direction. I was into the corporate world and I was in banking for a number of years.
Oh.
That's my background.
That's
really. It's
different.
corporate. It's a lot different. I mean, I done biology because I really enjoyed it. But it wasn't really at that time the path that I wanted to go to. So life just pulled me somewhere different. But I've always had sort of niggly back issues and back pains.
Since you were younger?
Since we were younger, yeah, when we used to play football, a lot of sports. But
fine.
like with a lot of people, you ignore it. You know, you take the odd painkiller, anti-inflammatory. You don't really do anything about it.
Yeah.
And it sort of runs in my family. My dad suffers from a slip disc, and all of my boys, all of my cousins, we all have back issues and stuff. But mine got to the point where I was just ignoring these signs.
Yeah.
And it just one day I was sitting at work, I felt a twinge in my back. It just didn't feel right. So by the time I got back, I literally just couldn't walk or anything. I remember my brother had to come out and literally carry me into the house. And the only way I can really describe that pain was being stabbed in the back, that any movement was twisting of that knife. I just couldn't do anything. I couldn't walk, I couldn't feed myself. I'd only been married for 3 months at that time. I was literally a cripple. Really.
And you just didn't even know why it happened?
Didn't even know why at that time.
That's wild.
Obviously, then I sought a lot of conventional treatment. Obviously, first port of call was straight into A&E. They said it's severe inflammation. But then I had chiropractic, physio, osteopathy, steroid injections.
You did everything.
Everything that you can think of, I did. And it worked, but for a short time.
Yeah.
And then it will come back. And people who have really suffered, as time progressed, suffered with chronic pain will relate that emotional link to it. I felt very withdrawn. I felt very useless, depressed, addicted to painkillers. All I remember thinking myself was in this dark hole I was trying to climb up, and then I just keep slipping. I couldn't see a way out. And it was affecting the relationship around the people I was with. I was very snappy, very angry at life, everything. And nothing was working. It was kept on going on. I was just going with the treatments, but again, it wasn't really working. Yeah. Then a cousin of mine, she was seeing a holistic healer in East London. She asked me to look, why don't you go and see him? And I'd never believed in holistic medicine. I'm from a science background, corporate. Everything is facts, figures, and there's a logic behind it.
Yeah.
So I never really believed into anything. And then there was my wife who said, look, you tried everything else. Why don't you just give it a go?
Oh my God.
So I went, okay. So she drove me. I remember I went with my cousin and I was carried in, laying on the couch. I remember the guy started working with my feet and my legs. Yeah. I got really angry, a lot of harsh words, saying, why the hell are you working with my leg? It's my back. And then he started describing to me and explaining how the body's all linked. Every part is sort of linked. Didn't really think much of it. Went back, felt worse. I thought, well, this didn't really work. I feel worse. But he did say to me, I may feel worse.
Okay.
But I kept going back to him every week for 2 months at that time.
Oh, so you did go back?
I did go back. Yeah, my wife, it's actually because she was driving and he was in Enfield. So we'd drive up and down Enfield all the time. And you know what? After 7-8 weeks, I started feeling a difference.
That's
I could start walking a little bit more. As I kept going and some of the exercises and things he told me, it got better. And that darkness mentally started to shift. I would actually see a light at the end of the tunnel. And then it fixed me. I was like, oh wow, I've got to learn this. But I want to learn it for me and my dad. There's no intention of setting up a clinic, just for self-preservation and stuff. So I went and I learned it. And I mean, I've done biology, I've done human anatomy and physiology, but you learn about the body in parts, but never the sum of those parts.
But you know both sides now.
Now I do.
Yeah.
But at that time, so when I went on this holistic learning journey, it was putting everything together. It's like, oh wow, everything it fits. Nothing works in isolation. It all works together. Then when I qualified, I just started treating, a couple of my dad's friends and people here and there from the airport and stuff. Word got out. And I was actually really enjoying it. The corporate world, as anyone who knows in the corporate world, especially in banking, things like that, it's very cutthroat. And it was like, oh my God. So this was my release at the end of the day. So I used to do a couple of clients in the evening and at the weekend. And then it sort of really evolved from there. But at that point, I wasn't ready to transition into a full-time clinic because you always have financial responsibilities. I had 2 sons who were very young at that time. And, I qualified 21 years ago. So 21 years I've been sort of doing this. And through the years, I've sort of adapted it. I've added it because you learn. So experience is the most thing. And you learn and you work on so many different people during that time. So many different issues and things. So
everyone is different.
Yeah, everyone's different. No 2 people are the same. And it just evolves. And so, and that's how I got into it. And that's what I've been doing. And every day I always say I'm very, very fortunate that I'm able to do something I'm so passionate about that I love. But I think it's also very powerful. And I spoke to, we've done the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival recently. And I was speaking to other therapists. And a lot of us have gone through our own pain, our own issues. I didn't wake up and say, well, I'm going to be, going into holistic health. But my own pain and my own issues brought me here. But I think that as a therapist makes it much more powerful when you're seeing other people.
Because you understand.
And you've been on that journey yourself. Especially with the emotional part, especially as an Asian guy,
in our community.
Within our community and go. And also the other bits, even when I told my dad, I want to quit the corporate world and do this. And he was like, horrified, what are you doing? You're going to give up a corporate life to do this? Didn't really fully understand it. Obviously now they're fully behind it and they understand it much more. But I think that really does make a difference when you've been through that journey.
There's not a lot of people that do this in the South Asian community, especially.
There isn't. I mean, there's a so what we do, because a lot of people ask, it's obviously you have specialised massage therapists, sports therapists, chiropractic, etc. But what we do, because it's very niche, it's very unique, it's integrated. So we always work holistically. We look at the whole body. When everyone you've been through it as well, when we have your form and everything, we look at it. But in essence, I don't really treat a symptom or condition. We view and treat you as a person as a whole.
Yeah.
Everything is linked. And this is why we look at it from the emotional perspective, from the physical perspective, from the internal perspective. And there's a spiritual connection between all of these.
So basically covers all bases, guys.
It covers all because nothing is in isolation. That's the thing. Even when my back was going, and I was going through my treatment, it was, if you think of where my lower back issue was, there's the kidneys. Kidneys are linked to fear. So mine was always, you have to be the best at everything you do. Now that I wasn't able to do that, I felt I let my wife down and everything. It was the fear of letting people down.
Yeah.
But then that was part of my healing journey, not just from a physical perspective, but from that emotional perspective as well.
But for people, I would have never thought that the lower back was linked to kidneys or the upper back is linked to this and things like that.
Because we're not really programmed to look at it like that. Even when I was learning it, we didn't. I mean, even if I look at even my lower back, if it's got a pain there, chronic pain, we've got to look at what's going on in the front because it's all linked. What happens here is going to impact the back and vice versa.
Yeah.
Then the bottom of the spine is linked to the top of the spine. This shoulder is linked to this hip.
Even the face.
Even the face. Everything is really... not one part of the body is in isolation or works on its own.
Because I did the emotional release facial with you, and I didn't know what I was going to expect, but there was a moment in that facial, I don't know if you remember, I think you were doing something inside here, I think, and you were like, release that XYZ, and you said exactly what that pain was coming from. And that spooked me out because you didn't know anything about me or my story. But it was weird how you picked up on that. Yeah,
because when we're working on, and the reason we've done a lot of emotional release therapy anyway.
Yeah.
And then what I was looking at, and again, this comes through experience and when you're evolving your therapies, because it's a bit like when you go to the gym. If you're working on your bicep, you're doing the same exercise over and over again.
Yeah.
You're going to get to a certain level of development, and then you're not.
Yeah.
So because you've got to hit the body different ways all the time. And one of the things I was seeing, a lot of people obviously do hold a lot of tension in their face, in their head. You've got clenching of the jaws, TMJ, even suppression of the voice and things like that. A lot of sinus issues. It's all of that congestion. And different parts of the body correlate to different things as well.
Yeah.
Because the right side is our yang side, so it's issues with males. Left side is yin, issues with females.
That's crazy.
So when you go in here into the right side in the TMJ joint, it's stress, anger. Then you can link it to a male. Now, I don't know what male is, but you see that's how you can pick up things with the body says. And when you say certain things, it triggers something in you.
Yeah.
Which is how we got the release, because you did start to let go and that muscle started to release off.
Yeah.
So, the body gives us clues, and we know areas of the body are linked to specific things.
Yeah.
That's how we can go in and start dialoguing to an extent to start releasing it as well.
When you were saying what you were saying to me then, I was like, oh my God, how does he know this? It was crazy.
It is. And look, the body is constantly talking to us. There's a constant biofeedback.
But you can pick up on that because you're a professional, but we don't.
We all can. We all have the ability. It's just that, we sort of, we grow up, we're in this world where there's a lot of, we suppress our emotions. We're really busy. This is why we say the meditation, the better. Because once you start doing that, and even with this, when we start removing these layers of imbalances, because that's essentially what we're doing, it's built up over time. It's like peeling an onion. We're peeling away different layers.
Yeah.
One layer will go, something else will come. Which is why when we say when we do the treatment, you may feel worse before you get better, which happened in my case as well. I thought I had neurological damage because I was feeling pain in the areas I've never felt before. What's this guy done to me?
Yeah.
But it was muscles and things which have been tight now opening up, flow going through the body and everything. And it's the same with these emotions. But when we start lifting these, and I always say to people with emotional release and things like that, even when we do the body, and I've seen it so many times, your perception of life changes, things change, you start letting go. Then you start connecting with yourself more, your body more. Then you can start hearing that voice. We all have that inner voice, that inner intuition.
Yeah.
Sometimes we ignore it, but our
we
gut
do.
feeling, okay, this ain't right, or I should go with this. But we over time, we've learned to not really listen to it, suppress it. What we're doing, really enhancing that.
Well, let's talk about gut health. You mentioned being very intuitive. That is definitely a buzzword that's going around at the moment.
Yeah.
People are really struggling, and they think just by having a supplement here and there, it's going to help with their gut, but that's not the case.
As I mentioned before, everything is linked. There's a lot of research going on now, especially in the States, between the gut to the brain axis, the vagus nerve. Everyone's probably heard of the vagus nerve. It's that connection sort of through. So our bacterial environment or how our gut will affect our emotions. But if you look at Eastern medicine, each organ is linked to an emotion. So the liver is stress, resentment, anger. Lungs is grief, sorrow, not being able to let go. Kidneys is fear, spleen is worry. And stomach is worry. So when we worry, we got that anxiety. Pit. And in the middle of the stomach, everyone goes here in that solar plexus area.
It's not
and
nice.
In Eastern medicine, that's the hara to us. That's the convergence of all emotions. A lot of South Indians have probably heard of Taran or that thing, which is an emotion. We call it an energy cyst, or I think in Western term, the closest I've found for is naval displacement syndrome. Yeah, is what but it's that when we have that emotional, it tightens up. That feeds it back to our brain, or we're having an emotional in our brain and it feeds it to our gut. So I always say with supplementation, it's not a replacement for a healthy lifestyle. The food we eat, getting a good quality sleep. Yeah. We're social beings. So, that not going out and that withdrawal, especially we see younger people locking themselves in the room, that social interaction, all of these elements, supplementation will help, but it's not a replacement. That's what I always say. Okay. But then, we look at cleanse protocols and stuff. We have to clean ourselves as well.
How often would you say to do kind of like a whole detox, like a cleanse?
Yeah, cleanse. I always say, we haven't done it before, you should do one cleanse per month. One every 30 days for about 90 days. Yeah.
I wasn't
so
expecting
once
that.
every month for 3 months, then probably once every quarter the following year, then twice a year. I mean, I do it once every 6 months now because I've been doing it for a while. But it's a bit like, we service a car, we change the oil, we change the air filter.
It's true.
All of that. It's the same with us. I always view the organs as a series of filters which then get clogged up because then it's all backing up. Emotions will impact that as well. So when we could be eating the right foods, but are we absorbing it? A lot of people, Sukh, I've got this real stubborn fat. I can't get rid of it. I'm doing everything. It's not really fat. It's waste. It's waste accumulation. So we need to cleanse it. That's why it's a whole different way and different elements we've got to bring together to really balance.
There's so many different ways of doing a cleanse? Like I've done it the Ayurvedic way because it's the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
way that I really knew about.
Yeah.
But how?
Ours is a foundational cleanse.
Okay.
So it cleanses the whole of the digestive system,
Yeah.
the liver, the kidneys, and the blood. But then you can go different
blood.
parts. Then you can go really specific. You can go more into colon cleanses for
Yep.
parasites and things like that. But ours provides the base platform, and then whatever it is, you can go further into. And there's so much information out there now.
But you
about
can offer that
cleanses.
as well.
We can offer that, or we can guide you the best place to
Yeah.
go to as well to do that. But again, then when you're eating and stuff, the absorption of nutrients are better. Your second brain, which is small intestine, which is so when you've cleansed it, it will affect your emotions. When I said the liver is linked to stress, anger, resentment. So when you're doing a liver flush or a liver cleanse, it's going to affect the organ emotionally.
Oh my
It's going to
God.
affect you emotionally, not just physically, as well. See, that's why it's all connected through.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a. That even now and again in clinics, sometimes a case will come. I'm doing something, and something happens. Like, oh wow, you know, you're constantly learning.
Yourself.
Yes, myself, because we don't know half of the. You know, there's so much out there. It's so good now where we are with holistic and alternative health. There's so much research being done on it, and it's much more out there now than it was 20 odd years ago.
Thanks
when I
to
was
social
doing
media.
and social media awareness and things like
Yeah.
that. I mean, when I started on that journey, it was hardly, people didn't really know much about it. Acupuncture now, you sort of get it in the NHS and things that people know about the benefits of acupuncture and stuff like that.
Again,
So
things
more
people never
open.
used to
No,
even
no.
think
and
about.
a lot of people now, and I think it's happened more now, I've noticed in clinics since the pandemic. So people don't just want to be popping a pill and things. They want to look at natural ways of being able to do it, especially when it comes to the children and their loved ones.
Yeah.
So that is a really good shift, especially when I work with children, with babies, because that's our next generation.
This is another thing. You work with very, very small children. What
I mean,
age can you start from?
The youngest I've ever treated was 24 hours post-birth. So, yeah. If you discount, obviously we treat pregnant women, but that's one side. But, yeah, post-birth, 24 hours, yeah. I've treated some children when the mum's been pregnant, we treated them throughout. When they've been born, been treating them. And now they're 16, 17, been treating them since. So it's been a constant. And with babies and things, even if it's a natural birth, we still treat them, because imagine the baby's been inside the womb for 9 months and things like that. But then at key stages of the development, so when they're teething, when they start to crawl, because now they're going to use different muscles, different parts of the brain, when they start walking. So it's that whole, we're setting up that strong foundation.
I was not expecting you to say that.
It really, I mean, my sons, it was different with them because they were born into it. They had no choice. My eldest was born when I graduated, so that was it, that part of it. But then I've got my shaman. So when both my boys, I mean, they're not boys, they're young men that are 21 and 20, as cool as parents as we think we are, they can't open up to us about everything. So I just leave them with my shaman. They're there for about an hour. But it's that having that avenue to be able to talk and let go.
Yeah.
You know? So and I'm seeing that a lot with Asian guys, especially my age group. We've been, with the alpha male, suppress our emotions. It's a sign of weakness and things. And I'm very fortunate that, but again, this is through trial and error. I've got a really good set of friends and we can open up. I was just with them away this weekend, and we need that. It's so important, as I mentioned before, we're social beings. So we need that connection. And one of my friends, we've known each other for 40 years, but it's only in the last 4 years we started talking and opening up to each other about this sort
I
of
think
things.
because it's becoming more common now.
It is. And people are accepting it now. And the good things is, with Instagram and things like that, is raising that awareness.
Yeah.
So now we are seeing more and more
100%.
guys, more and more Asian guys.
In that way, social media is really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Another thing that I've done with you is organ alignment.
Yeah.
What is organ alignment for people that don't know?
Yeah, so obviously we work with the different organs within the abdominal cavity. So the liver, the kidneys, the intestine, all of that. Because, again, as I mentioned, it's all connected.
Okay.
So even a physical symptom, it could be that the liver's being pulled down, so it's pulling this structure down.
Okay, fine.
When I say this, it's slightly imbalanced, it's never from a medical perspective. It's how we feel. But then emotions affect the organs as well.
Yeah.
So when we're releasing the tension around the organ, so we're working through the fascia layers, the organ itself, we're realigning where it needs to be. That will then affect the emotion. That will affect its, detox pathway, its metabolic function.
Because you feel like a weight's been lifted off your whole body. That's genuinely how I felt.
How you feel. And the biggest thing is what people, which sometimes is the hardest thing to explain, but it's the only way you can really feel it is when you actually have the treatment, is it's my subconscious, or what I call my inner wisdom, connects with your subconscious, your inner wisdom. So in fact, your body is guiding me where it wants treatment. So if I put my hand on the liver, I'll connect to the liver, and then the liver will move. The body will take it into a point of tension, and then it will counteract and release that. So nothing's forced, nothing's manipulated. It always works with that. So when people say, Sukh, I want an emotional release, I always say, look, we need to have a couple of body balance sessions. The reason being, the more aligned the body is, the better the release. Second of all, emotions are very personal and sacred. Say we haven't met, and I say, right, emotional release, your body's going to say, who the hell are you? And it's going to
body won't feel comfortable.
And it won't feel comfortable, and it will hold, especially when we're dealing with deep-seated trauma, because the body protects us. That's its number one function.
Because it's almost trapped trauma, isn't it, in the body?
Trapped trauma. And sometimes trauma comes out of people. They don't. Where did this come from? I don't know. But the passage of time, we forget it. But it's in the tissues in our body, in our subconscious. It's in there. So that is really, and when people say to me when I do the treatments, like when we've done the facial treatment, what's the protocol? There isn't really a protocol, because it's intuitive. Like you can come the next week to me, and the whole movements, the depth, everything will change.
Be different, yeah.
So it's not one set protocol on this, and that's how it works. It's all intuitive. And at the end of the day, I don't really see myself as a holistic healer. I'm the facilitator in that process. Because what we're doing, we're activating your innate healing. And I'm the facilitator in that process. Yeah. It's actually you healing you.
I do feel like since I have been coming to you, it's opened my eyes, and I've kind of done my own research. And definitely. I have found that my intuition has grown stronger because I'm now going down that route. Yeah. So I can understand what you mean by you're the facilitator, but we're the healers ourselves.
And remember I mentioned before, we're stripping away those layers. Yeah. As we get rid of those layers. And it's like the person you're meant to be will start to come through.
Yeah.
That's
I feel it. Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, because life situations, issues and things suppress that person. But that's the real essence of you. That's who you are. But so when we are working on this, comes through.
And these things are tools that I know that I can now use in case I ever get to that point again.
Yeah, exactly. And the biggest thing is, I always say, I've said to you, you may feel emotional, but let it out. Don't suppress it. Don't hold it in. I always say to people, when the door closes, that doesn't mean that's the end of it. But if we're doing the emotional release, we're always there in hand to support, because you may go through periods of darkness before you see the light. But that's this transition through the body. And not everything is through the conscious. It can be subconscious.
Oh, 100%.
Well. But other people notice it as well. Oh, you look different. Oh, there's something different.
Yeah, it's true. You're glowing.
You're glowing.
That's another one.
And your confidence and everything starts to increase more as well.
Because I always say this to people, like, beauty really does come from within. You can have as many facials as you want. But that glow that people talk about, it comes from within. And that's why it's really important to start from there. But that's why I like you, because you actually do both.
Yeah, and even with our facial treatments, I always do the organ realignment. I always do the acupuncture. We look at the tongue diagnosis to see what's going on. Because remember, the skin is our largest organ. It's a canvas. Yeah. So we have things like eczema, psoriasis and things. That's because there's something going on inside.
Which is what I've got.
Reflected on the skin. Yeah. When we've done the compression therapy, we're increasing lymphatic circulation, blood circulation, reducing inflammation.
That was really helpful, because the inflammation in the body is sometimes I wake up and I've just got my hands are just so swollen. So that was really, really useful.
And lymph is one of these things. With blood, we've got the heart, which pumps the blood around the body. Lymph doesn't have that, and the purpose of lymph is to clean the body. It has macrophages in it, so they go around mopping up all the gunk in our body. But lymph needs movement for it to move.
It needs draining almost.
It needs draining and movement.
You know how people talk about these lymphatic massages that you can do every day? Is that really a thing?
Yeah. I mean, people go on YouTube and there's loads of it. Gua sha, facial yoga and so facial routine I do in the morning. I always go like this. This is where the lymphs are. Activate the lymphs.
How do you activate the lymphs?
Literally just
because there's so many different ways.
Massaging it. You can use gua sha.
And then there's this one as well?
Yeah, there's the lymph ducts are here. One of the major lymphs is under the left armpit.
I've seen that as
well.
So
even movements like this will pump that lymph. But it's also then the breath work with it. So this is the first is the lymph, Then I literally go like this to each point, and I'm draining it down my lymph like this down. Then I'll go into the tension points, hold my breath. As I breathe out, I can feel a bit of tension here. So I push deeper into there, release the tension, and I work up. Cold water immersion.
Oh, this is good.
Increases circulation, tightens skin, closes the pores.
Is that, would you do that before or after, let's say?
I do all of this, then I do the cold water immersion.
And then would you do it twice a day?
You do as many times as you want.
Really?
Yeah,
I might start doing
there
that.
For hours. It's, you know, it's really just in there for that short space of
But
time.
it's very important to activate the lymph.
This is what I say to people in the
first.
morning. So wake up 5-10 minutes later, just lie in bed, do your breath work, set your intentions, get up. First thing, have a glass of water before you brush your teeth. I always put a little bit of Celtic sea salt in there because Celtic sea salt increases hydration. It causes the cells to pull in more water.
Do you just do that once a day?
No, I'd use it throughout. Celtic sea salt I use in everything, on salads, in cooking, everything now. Or you can just have some natural electrolytes you can put in there because the body's been detoxing through the night, so you want to flush it through.
Interesting. Okay.
So first thing, then then it's always, the
tapping.
We go into a car. You're not just going to start it and just rev off.
No.
You're going to let it warm up a bit.
Yeah.
Same with
us.
Yeah. So with the breath work and the meditation, that's your mind. You're setting the intentions in your mind. Then you're getting up slowly. Then you're doing all of these movements, even really simple stretching in the movement, just very simple tapping and stuff. And then
what's this tapping?
Tapping, just anything, just waking up the body to certain points.
To get the blood
you
flowing.
Can hit specific acupressure points. And things. But this is one of the reasons we're looking at early next year. I'm going to be putting together a self-wellness workshop.
That'd be so useful.
Innate healing. So I'm going to be over 20 years. I think I'm at that time now where I can probably share a lot of this because the experiences I've had. But we're going to be teaching all this, how to balance yourself internally, physically, and emotionally. So there are certain things you
not to become a
no,
therapist.
No, this won't be to become a therapist. That's something else I'm working on to teach this. This is for you.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Easily. And it's everything I've accumulated over the years. But because I know a lot of people, our biggest problem is time. We're very busy. We got the kids. We got this. You can't spend like 3 hours in the morning just doing all this, just quick things. But then you can do it multiple times during the day.
Okay.
That's the thing. Then there's a routine in the evening which allows sleep. Because a lot of people, it's not the quantity of sleep. It's the quality of sleep.
Yeah.
You need that deep-seated sleep.
What kind of tips would you give people to kind of slow down in the evenings towards sleep?
It's almost like in the morning when I said you're getting up, you're tapping and all of this to wake yourself up. It's just setting those intentionality. Biggest thing is phones and things, at least an hour before or anything like that. That's got to go. You can have a warm drink, some chamomile tea or something like that. All distractions out of the way. So, and this is my fixed time. This is me. This is where I'm going to go.
The body
will use a little bit of
recognise
red
it.
light. That really helps as well. Red light is really good for inflammation and things like that. But I have a little desk light here and I'll set it up for 10-15 minutes. After that, it will just switch off by itself. So that I use stuff like that.
Yeah.
The other thing is also mattresses, pillows and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the biggest thing people work at with backaches and things like that. Yeah. But there's other things. We're looking at Japanese bed mattresses. It's literally like sleeping on the floor again.
Yeah.
I remember my dad, when his slip disc went, he used to always sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
Which really sort of helped as well. Again, breath work at night, but more calmer breath work. So
meditation or breath work, or is it the same thing?
You can do them both together. And setting those intentions in the evening as well.
I think people need to find their own thing that works.
And like I said, we have all of these things and we can tailor and adapt because everything we do is flexible. Because we can say, right, we're going to do the brain synchronization, for example, treatment. Come in, how are you feeling? Sukh, I really feel like this here. And the body's, okay, it's the organ. We need to go into the organ because the body's communicating to it. So our protocol, nothing's fixed. It's flexible because you're always guided by what your body needs or what you need at that time. So
I like that. Yeah. You literally listen to the body and explain that.
And
this is what it needs.
You are guiding, or your body's guiding where it needs healing, which part of its journey
crazy.
It's on now.
Another thing I really wanted to talk to you about is mushroom coffee. Because I know that I've taken some from you. Me and Harps, we absolutely love it. Yeah. And Harps isn't a coffee drinker, but she says it really helps that. It tastes nice, but it does help. But some people are still a bit 50-50 about it. So
because there's a lot of different coffee brands and things out there.
But what's the purpose of mushroom coffee for people that don't know?
So you have different mushrooms.
Okay.
You have healing mushrooms, and each of them have different impacts, either on the brain physically or internally. Yeah. So we have 3 blends. So the one you took was Focus. That's more about the brain. Yeah. So there's certain mushrooms in there which impact brain and brain cellular rejuvenation and things. Because a lot of people drink coffee. Coffee's, I do love coffee. So once a week I will have a coffee. But I also then have a lot of the time mushroom coffee, because I could be feeling, I feel a little bit, a bit run down. I'm going to have the immunity coffee. I need a bit of a boost. Or it could be physical pain. So we do the physical one. Or, I've got cognitive, or, my brain's a bit slow, this and that. So I'll have that time. But remember, there's two types of, when you mention mushrooms, some people, oh my God, psychedelics and stuff.
Yeah.
There's two types of mushrooms. There's psychedelics, that's all there's. But there's medicinal mushrooms as well.
Okay.
So, and it's a much better way of getting the mushrooms into you. But now, you can get tinctures of mushrooms, a liquid, you can just add it to water. I always prefer anything like, that's why we do it in a powder form, anything you can add water so it's more liquid, so the absorption rate is much better in there as well. But that's where the mushroom comes. Then you've got cacao. A lot of people
I've heard of this.
That's really good, especially for the heart chakra. It opens up the.
Wow.
I change every week.
Okay.
Like green tea is my to-go thing, and I put some goji berries in it, which are lycium berries.
What?
They help to clean the blood and the liver. So I put that.
You need to do a little tutorial on this drink.
We're going to do. It's all part of the workshop that we're going to do. Everything's going to be there.
Oh my God.
But I always, that inner voice.
Yeah.
So I get up in the morning. I say, well, what do I want to do? Yeah, I think I'll have some mushroom coffee today. Okay, do I want to do some bit of yoga, a bit of stretching? I don't fancy feeding anything to do, so I won't. Next day could be, I fancy just going for a walk, so I'll go for a walk. I don't have a fixed protocol.
You listen to your body.
And what does my body want to do? I go that way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I've got to go to the gym. I've got to go on the treadmill. It's almost you're forcing yourself to do that. It's not what the body really wants to do.
I used to do that, but now I do what you've said, and I feel like it benefits me so much more, because there's some days that my body is just exhausted and tired and I need to listen to it.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not, we always have to be this active person. Sometimes getting up late, not doing anything during the day, that's still healing.
Yeah.
We all need that because we have such busy lives, Like we went away with some friends, we did absolutely nothing. That was it, but we need that. Now we all feel recharged.
You probably
ready
felt
to start
better.
Again.
Yeah,
much
exactly.
better, because our lives are so hectic. We're on the go all of the time. We forget about ourselves. For example, a lot of women, a lot of fathers, they're the central pillar of the family. Your mother or father, your brother, your son, daughter, etc. Everyone coming. But then, what about you?
Yeah.
Because then, if you fall apart, then where is all of this going to help? All these people who come to you. Now,
especially as you get older as well.
As you get older as well. Yeah, because naturally as we age, things slow down. Our metabolism slows down and things like that. But then, again, it's not the same for everyone. Everyone is unique.
So
Everyone's different. It's like right now, I'm okay. I'm doing this. My lifestyle is fine. But maybe there's something I'm not doing right in there. But how's that going to impact me in 10 years, in 15 years? And this is what I say to
think
children.
About the future.
If you make small changes now, it will amplify.
So true, guys.
A bit like a pension.
Oh my God.
If I put £10 at 18, I'm not going to get the same return as I put £10 in and I'm 40. I have to put more in now, right? But if I started off there, it's going to grow. It's the same with health. So little changes now. And education, even with children, is more, like with my sons, they play PlayStation stuff, but we always make sure they've done a lot of outdoor activity and things like that. So it's all about balance as well. I think that's really key.
I feel like as I've got older, I've had to change a lot of things, and I hate change. But then once you go through that change, it's very wholesome, because you then know what to do.
A lot of people can become very comfortable in doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You don't want to upset the status quo. But once you do that change and you feel the benefit, you think, oh, wow, okay. So what's the next step? I want to do more now. And also, if you think about it, if you're healing, we're energy. Your partner, your children, I'm going. But then that positive energy, they're naturally absorbing it as well. So it is impacting them in that way. Such as negativity will bring us down, positivity will, pull us up as well.
It's true.
So that's really powerful as well.
NADs is something that's also quite a buzzword at the moment. Since I think Kendall Jenner does it, and since then it's just like blown up.
Yeah.
What is it? When should we start taking the injection? I think it is. Like,
we do an injection form. But again, what I say about NAD or supplementation, it's a supplement. We have NAD naturally in our bodies. But periods of stress, poor lifestyle choices, lack of sleep, poor diet would deplete NAD. NAD will naturally deplete as we age. So NAD is a coenzyme. So it's present in every cell in our body. It helps to convert energy from food. So it gives us that energy for a process called cell respiration. It helps to repair DNA. It activates the enzymes which repair DNA. DNA can, DNA can get damaged through toxins, UV, stress, things like that.
Yeah.
It damages at that molecular level. So if you imagine it's working at that cellular level at every point. Brain function, it works on brain function as well. What else does it? So it supports metabolism, so weight management, insulin, inflammation. So there's a lot of there in there which it supports at that whole level. So sometimes we're going through periods of stress, we would give it as a supplement to boost it. But then again, it works better with the good diet, with the sleep, with the meditation, with the exercise. It's all of these. It's not, I'm going to take NAD and that's it, forget about the rest. Still carry on as I'm doing.
I'm not going to age.
Like I'm not going to. And it helps, because it repairs DNA, it helps us to age better.
So for someone like me, you've kind of got to know me a bit. I have a crazy schedule, funny hours because of bookings and stuff. Sometimes my eating is not great. Like it really isn't, and that really stresses me out. If I was to start taking this injection, what would you recommend for me?
First of all,
the
organ work we've done. Okay, because that's going to cause imbalances in that. Obviously your sleep pattern and things, and we work with that as well. Then we can say, okay, we can give you NAD, and we normally give 500 milligrams a month, 1 month. And I normally split that dose into 250 1 week, 250 next week. Because sometimes we fail when we give 500 milligrams in one go. Some people, because you can really feel it, and it hits some people a bit more. So it's easier just to split that dose. So I had 2,000 milligrams over 4 months.
Wow.
But then I had it, obviously my diet and everything. I had a blood test done. So I need a little bit of a top up of vitamin D and B12. We normally like to give it with glutathione as well, which is an antioxidant. So that's really good for skin, scalp health as well, because it's an antioxidant, so it protects the body from the damage of free radicals, which every biological process produces as well. So sometimes this is why we do the blood tests and things like that. So this year I'm more about also taking time for me as well. So coming next month, at the moment I'm doing 7 days of clinic, but now I'm going to take 2 days off. Every year I do a full body ultrasound, because we do that now. I do my bloods twice a year, because information is key. When you know, okay, this ain't right, okay, right, I can do this. I now know what to do or how
full
to do
body ultrasound. I've had that done, and it's very useful.
It's really, really useful, because again, it's having that information. Yeah, we can feel things out and stuff, but this is going to the next level. And it's our medicine, because sometimes people say, are you really holistic because you use all of this infrared heat, you use the compression suit and things like that?
Do people say that?
People say that, but I say the real concept of this treatment is to help that person, irrespective of what I need to do to help that person. So why, if I've got the technology there to tell me what's possibly wrong in my body, why am I not going to use that? I can use other holistic therapies and foods and things to then help correct it. It's a bit, I would say to someone, if you're in an accident and you snap your leg, there's not much I'm going to be able to do. You have to go and see an orthopedic surgeon. But post-surgery,
it's a combination of things.
And what helps that person, whatever it will do to help. Because sometimes the people coming in, the knee, I might have to have a knee replacement. If there's no cartilage, I'll say to people, because then it's the quality of your life. That's the most important.
You're very open-minded.
I'm never restrictive in one thing. Is what's going to help that person. And sometimes if I say, okay, so when we do a lot of this emotional, now we get to the point, now it's more about talking therapy. That's not my speciality or forte. Then I would direct them to other therapists as well. This is where you need to go to carry on with that journey.
Amazing.
But we're always here if you need to come. So we work with a lot of other therapists like that as well. And recently, we started, one of the ladies I met, Immersive Depths, we met them at the Mind, Body, Spirit show. So we use these headphones and stuff so I can talk. So I found, because when we do the emotional release therapy, part of it's dialogue and things. But now, because of these headphones, now it's sealed. So when I'm talking, we're talking, the whole experience is so much wow. And I felt it as well as a therapist doing it. But again, we were getting really, really good results in there. We're still going to get them, but it just creates that extra dimension, that extra helping hand. So why not use it? It's gonna really.
Oh, help. That's very interesting.
Yeah,
because when I can't remember what I did, but you put this helmet on me.
Yeah.
And
When we've
that's
done
still
the compression therapy, yeah.
And that was giving me a head massage, and I had audio,
Yeah.
and it was very calming.
Yeah, and we do that. And, you know, we combine the oxygen therapy within that.
Oh yes.
So all of that, yeah. There's elements of biohacking. You can call it that as well, whatever you want to call it. But again, it's to help you in all of those levels. Because when you're getting that nice massage, that sound effect, you're going to be more relaxed. When you're more relaxed, you're naturally, even with that, sometimes and you're going to start releasing things.
I've told a lot of my, obviously being a makeup artist, I've told a lot of my clients, and especially my brides and stuff, or celebrity clients, about you, because there's only so much I can do with makeup.
Yeah.
So what would you kind of recommend for people to do before, let's say their wedding, for example? Because
I mean, we have different types of facial, but our facial therapies are always holistic in nature, as you know. Obviously, you've got the emotional release. Maybe that may not be the one. You don't want to trigger anything. But we do the deluxe facial.
Yes.
We do the oxygen infusion.
I've done both of those.
Well. We've done both of them. The compression therapy as well, because that really helps you relax. And we combine red light therapy and all that. We do 2 invasive ones. Oh. Sometimes we do, you know, for makeup artists, we do get clients referred to us who maybe got lines or, you know, dimples and things. So, you know, I'm not an expert in makeup, but when you put the foundation, it's sort of sinking into the skin's not smooth. Yeah. So we do one called IPOF, which is injectable platelet-rich fibrin. So this was probably PRP. Everyone's probably heard of Kim Kardashian made it. So this is the next level. It's 6 times more effective than PRP. Oh, because with PRP, we're taking blood, but we're putting into an anticoagulant, so the blood doesn't clot. Then we put it in. But with PRF, we're spinning it lower. We're not using any coagulants, so just your pure blood. Oh my God. Can either inject in. When I say inject it in, there's no deep, you know, dermal injection. It's literally about 1 millimeter into the surface of the skin. We can microneedle it in as well. But what we do, we take the blood, we centrifuge it, and we extract out the growth factors, the platelets, the white blood cells, and we put that in. And that really helps with fine lines, you know, acne scars, hyperpigmentation, and things like that.
What's the recovery period of this?
24 hours. That's it. You might get a little bit of redness if we're doing the microneedles. I would say 24, 36 hours. That's it. Wow. Then we've got another one which is called exosomes, which is almost like the Rolls Royce part of it. Exosomes are very small cellular vessels, you can call them. And what they do, they act as messenger cells, like messenger trucks between cells. Yeah. But the cargo that they deliver, it's like mRNA, platelets, growth factors, but it works at a much better enhanced level.
How do you do this?
We microneedle that in. We don't inject that, we microneedle in. So we have it, and ours is derived from rose plants.
I did not know any of this.
All of that in. The IPRF, I always say to people, look, we're using blood, your blood. So everything's natural. But the caveat with IPRF to an extent is, what's your overall health like? Because it's your blood that we're taking. So we do say to people, do a cleanse or something before, because if your health is better, the blood quality is better, then the fibrin and things that we extract out of it is going to be better quality, then the end results will be much better as well. But those are the 2 invasive, as we do. And then obviously the non-invasives are the deluxe facial, the oxygen, even the emotional release facial and stuff. Yeah. And we do get people coming in, you know, before weddings. I always say, if you're going to do any of these before wedding, do it for a few days before the wedding.
Oh, I was going to say a few months.
No. Or you can do it for a few months and build up to the wedding. Yeah. But if you're just having one, don't leave it like, you know,
to
really
the
close
last
to
minute.
the wedding. Just leave it through that. And then afterwards as well. Then we get a lot of brides who gift it to their mum or whatever as a thank you to, you know, we get guys coming in as well. Yeah. Of that as well. But especially with scalp type of hair, because a lot of guys would, you know, they've got patches in the beards and things like that. So we work a lot with the scalp help with a lot of that as well, alopecia. But even when people come from alopecia and that, I always look at, alopecia is sometimes stress related. So we don't just automatically go into scalp rejuvenation therapy. We look at, so why are you getting it? How are you? It could be that is the emotional. Yeah. When the emotion releases, the hair will grow back. So they don't really need the hair rejuvenation.
But the scalp or hair rejuvenation, that's for men and
women.
For women. Yeah. But how do you do that then?
The same principle that we use for the skin. So we either microneedle in it or we inject it in. And even women with eyebrows and stuff, you know.
So you can do it on that.
And
oh my God.
And things like that as well. So there's lots of different
ways. You do everything.
But again, because we look holistically, because we look at the whole body. That's what but with all of these treatments, we still combine the organ realignment, we still combine the acupuncture, because it's still from within. That's where it's coming from.
Why is acupuncture so powerful?
So acupuncture, the simplest way I can describe when people ask me is, imagine like an electricity board, and there's electricity flowing, but in some areas there's too much, in some areas there's not enough.
Yeah.
There are switches where you can control the flow. That's what we do with acupuncture. So acupuncture works on the principle of meridians. So we have 12 meridians in our body that channels, and they're named after an organ. So you can have the kidney channel, the spleen channel, the liver channel, and they go different ways across the body. Some go up to here, some around the head, everywhere. So when we look at your tongue, so the tongue is divided into organs. So look, okay, there's too much heat in the back of the tongue, which represent what's called lower jiao.
How can you tell that by the tongue? The colour?
The colour.
Okay.
If there's little raised polyps, if it's really got a yellow coating, that's excess heat. If it's really white, and then you know it expands, you've got teeth marks on the side, that means fluids are not flowing, so that's spleen imbalance. So that helps to direct the acupuncture. Acupuncture is used for calming the mind, pain.
I thought it was going to hurt. It doesn't hurt, by the way.
It doesn't. Some bits you may feel, but that's where there's an imbalance. But then in different forms of acupuncture we use as well. We use what we call mirror distal imaging. So if you said, "Oh, Sukh, my left elbow hurt," I will use your right knee, because the more distal, the greater the impact.
God, yeah.
And if you look at the arm and the leg, they mirror images of each other. But then we have abdominal acupuncture, auricular, scalp, because you can map the body onto any part of the body. So I can map the whole body onto a thumb and do finger acupuncture. Even the bone.
My mind is blown right now.
So there's lots of different ways of doing it. But I always say the reason why we have all of these different therapies, the different skill sets, it's a bit like, say I'm a plumber. I'm going to go to the job. I'm not just going to go with one screwdriver, one spanner, because it won't fit the job. I've got to have a toolbox of different things. And that's what we basically do. So people can come with different things, and because the body's changing, it's adapting, something else may come. Now I need to change the way I think of what I need to do to help that person. Okay, now I need to do more scalp acupuncture, so we use that. So it's always that constant adaptation. That's why it's nothing fixed protocol. It's constantly changing and evolving as the person who comes to treatment for us is evolving and changing.
When are you going to be launching this? Is it the wellness?
The workshop. It's something I've been working on for a while, I have to say. I just haven't had the time to do it, but I'm making pretty good progress. So I'm hoping early part of next year.
Okay.
The other part I'm working on, because last year, after 20 years of doing this, I got my teaching diploma to teach the medicine, the therapy itself.
My God, amazing.
So at the moment, I'm working on the curriculum, because we have to have that in quite a specific level of detail, and rightly so, to get it properly accredited.
Okay.
So then when people qualify, they get the required insurance to be able to do that as well. But that's going to take a little bit longer to get all of that structure and that detail in.
So guys, watch out next year.
Watch out for that.
2026.
But again, it's got to be really for people intuitive, because that's how the treatment works. And I think one good thing about the self-wellness workshop, you're going to start to learn how to be intuitive and feel it on your own self.
And it might not be for everyone. You might walk away from it and be like, actually, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. It's not for everyone. I've been asked by a lot of people who want to do it, but when you get into it, it could be, okay, I don't get it, or it's not really for me.
It's not for me.
Fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, fine. But then you still got the skill set, how to treat yourself.
Yeah.
Personally.
Guys, check out Sukh's website. What's your website?
www.bodisync, bodisync.com.
Because everything is on there. It's so informative. I have to say, your website. So if you guys want to check out everything that Sukh does, obviously he's got his Instagram, which is Bodisync.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah,
TikTok?
Facebook, we're on there as well.
TikTok,
we're on there as well.
Are you?
I don't do much on TikTok.
I know. It's hard to have it all.
But I'm there. I think I might start to put a bit more on TikTok as well. Yeah.
Okay, well, those are all of Sukh's handles, guys. So please go and follow him. And the DMs are open, aren't they?
DMs are open.
Yeah.
Email info@bodisync.com. You know, if you go into our website, you got all the contact details, phone number.
I'll put all the details. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put all of the details down below as well, so you can just go and speak to Sukh directly. But thank you.
Thank you
for today.
Thank you.
This was very informative. I think we should do another episode, because there's so much more that we can talk about.
Yeah, there's obviously so much more we can do on this. And even when I was telling some people I'm going to come onto your podcast, they go, "Oh, it's not about makeup and stuff like that." But I go, yeah, but it's all connected.
It's all connected.
As you said, beauty is from within, so it is all connected.
People always compliment me on my skin, and I always say to them that, yes, like I have a good skincare routine, but I have done so much inner work.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And that's honestly where it starts from.
Definitely.
If you really want to go on this journey, it's a very difficult journey, but it's helped me massively in my life.
There's, like, you've been really good with it. There's self-discipline. There is an element of discipline.
Yeah.
And the other thing I say to people is consistency. Because look, you may feel worse. Your skin may get
ups
worse,
and downs,
right, before it starts to settle and stuff.
100%.
Those are the periods you've really, really got to have that discipline and just stick with it. Because what we do, these are not like, I've got a headache, I'm going to take a pill, my headache's gone, but that's suppressing symptoms.
Yeah.
What we're doing is working at the root cause deeper level. So this can take time. This is where the consistency comes into it.
100%. And it is I stress this a lot. It's a really difficult journey, but it's so worth it. Like,
and
it
even
really
our facials,
is.
though, they are not, we always work with the person's tolerance, but these are not like beauty spa, these are rejuvenating facials. So there is an element where it's tight, we go in, when we do the work inside them.
Yes.
You can feel really tight.
That was uncomfortable. Yeah, it feels uncomfortable, but it feels better afterwards. I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
But thank you again. That is the end of this episode, guys. I'm going to put all of the details down below if you are watching on YouTube. And I will catch you in the next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye.